June 14th, 2016 was the day that I created my YouTube channel. And 5 years from then, I didn't see any of this coming. I actually didn't even think about role-playing back then. But November 19th, 2016, me and Chip put our pea brains together and made our first ever roleplay series trailer for Thieves Among Us Series 2. Now, roleplaying does go a little bit further back than that, to somewhere around June or July, but the videos aren't up anymore. If you haven't noticed, I've deleted a fuck ton of videos off my channel. Like, I used to be sitting at over 1,000 to 100, now I'm just over 900, because I've deleted so many things that I just don't agree with anymore. Because we said a lot of stupid shit. Nothing like racist or sexist, but stupid nonetheless. Anyways. So yeah, role-playing has been a huge part of my channel. I've been doing it for 5 years. 5 years of screaming on Dragon Ball, screaming on Thieves Among Us because my character was shit, screaming on Behind Enemy Lines. I've done a lot of screaming in my day. It's mostly where my role-playing resided. And then when when Trinity came out, the Outlaws Trinity, I tried changing it up and making a character more meaningful, and that was going to continue until recently. If you haven't looked at Chip's channel, I'll put a link down to the video in the description. Basically, we're kind of taking a break. That's the nicest way of putting it. We're taking a break from role-playing. Specifically from Red Dead role-playing, because we've been doing nothing but Red Dead. Now, in his video, he explains that his problem lies with Tombstone, in the fact that Tombstone was the series that started the drought, I guess you could say. And me and him talked it over. He doesn't blame me, really. I mean, he doesn't agree with the fact that I didn't cancel the series, but I have my own reasons for not canceling the series, and that's because I'm a stubborn bitch that wants to see his work get finished. But yeah, that's where his problem started. My problem started way before that. If you take a step back, you'll notice that I took... Well, actually, you can't notice now because I deleted those videos too. Anyways, we did a Thieves Among Us remake. And it was going to be a prequel of sorts, but also a remake. And we did 5 episodes, and then I just vanished. And we were still working on Dragon Ball as well. And the Outlaws Duo. We were doing all those things, and then suddenly I vanished for 5 months. I remember it was 5 months. That was when my problem started. Because I was feeling so pressured to do all these things. Now, don't get me wrong. Chip did not pressure me a single bit to do these things. He was patient with me. As patient as anyone could be. Because he knew that I was going through some shit at the time. I was going through some really hard things. And he was patient with me through it. And then eventually he met the group that we have now. And he started up The Native. And then eventually I watched the first episode of The Native, and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty damn good. And it stirred something within me, and then I got back into roleplay. And then the rest is history. We did The Native, then we started TLO TV as well. Then we did Tombstone for me. Or well, we finished Duo first, because we wanted to get that done. And then we started Tombstone, and that's when shit went out of control. Now, he says in his video we all had fallouts. I know what he means by that. It isn't entirely true. We all had fallouts. No. It was 2 specific people. One of which was nowhere near as guilty as the other. Now, we talked about it in Chip's channel update video. we had a big falling out with Shady from our group. Although I still gave him credit in Tombstone credits, because, you know, whatever. Okay. Yeah, so he didn't... How do I word this the nicest way? He didn't show a lot of respect during Tombstone. He fucked around a lot, which, I mean, that was normal for our group. We usually start fucking around in the beginning, unless the day is, like, really bad or we're all on a time constraint. We all usually just fuck around in the beginning. But he didn't know when to stop. And then, eventually, he would get Kermit from our group to join in on it. And then he would instigate it. Yeah, so we all had major problems. Chip voiced his problem already. He voiced his concern. I wouldn't say too much, but a little too harshly, I would say. But, you know, eventually he stopped. What else? Rosa, he already explained that in his video. I'm just gonna explain what he said, basically, in case you don't want to go watch it. Rosa didn't get on a lot. She didn't get on time. She had a very bad sleeping habit, like I still do. And it was hard to get her up. And then she couldn't remember her lines, so for the first chapter, all her lines were scripted, and she delivered them horribly. It wasn't until chapter 2 when she started to improve. And then she kept losing. Like, she was getting better, and then she would, like, decline in her skill. Because it took us so long between recording sessions, because we didn't want to do it. We dreaded doing Tombstone. And that even goes for me. Even though I loved that series, and I was very ambitious about finishing it, and I'm glad it did. Because I'm pretty proud of the stuff that I did, and I wanted to start experimenting more and more with this new stuff. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Ghost, he didn't take anything seriously, but he did like the series. He did like role-playing with us, and I'm not going to take anything away from him. I liked role-playing with him as well. It's very surprising how well it started off with him. And I'm afraid to say that was almost a little too well. But he's got a bit of a head on him, I'm gonna say. Now, Ghost, you must not be too worried about this, you know? Why would you be? That's not how you are. You don't change. But I don't know. So he works. He has football games that he goes to. All fine. Well, especially the work part, it's all fine. We didn't have too much problem with him, other than we had to work around his schedule in order to make sure that he could get on for recording days on Tombstone. And it was perfectly fine back then. But now, for the cowboy, Ghost has brought up a new problem. And it's the same thing where we have to work around his schedule, but now we don't know what the fuck his schedule even is. Like, it used to be, we record Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Fridays, because those are the only days that he had off. But that wasn't always the case. Like, we didn't always record on those days, because some days we just needed to not do anything. Especially if a chapter was done. We could take a break. Yeah, but now we don't know what the fuck his schedule even is, because he doesn't tell us a damn thing. We'll ask him, or no, I'll ask him, because I'm the one that messages him the most. I'll ask him, hey, Chip says we should be doing that, we should do this today. Like, he wants us to do this scene, or whatever. He wants us to record that day. Are you good for that? And then all he'll say is just, nah, can't, or football. It's always football. Now, I get it if, you know, he's trying to make, like, a bit of a career out of that. He's trying to become a football player. That's perfectly fine. I know that I've taken at least 1 or 2 days out of recording just to work on my book that I'm currently writing. But at least I let everybody know when I'm going to be doing such things. Instead of just doing it and nobody knows about it. Until they text me and I'm just like, book. Like, a bit more communication. Communication is the one thing that I asked of this group when we first started working together. It's the one thing that I asked when I started to get back into role-playing. Was, we need communication to make sure we're all on the same page, because we all lived in different time zones. But now, with all this, me and Chip are at our breaking point with this, and we've definitely considered the possibility of just giving up entirely and not doing RPs anymore, but we can't do that. Or more importantly, he can't do that. Because unlike him, I'm just doing these for fun. He's trying to make a career out of it. And even during the hard times of recording, I've stuck with him because I want him to have a career out of this. I want this to help him. There have been times where I really didn't want to record because I was not having a good day, but I still got my ass on because I was doing that shit for him. Because his career is way harder than the career that I'm trying to achieve, and I want him to be able to do it. Even if I can help a little bit, I'll do it. But, yeah, so we're not doing the cowboy anymore for a bit. Now, Chip said in his video that he might upload the next 2 episodes because we got them finished. I think he should, so they don't take up space, you know? And so, because the people deserve to see it. I've read the comments, I've replied to a comment, and they're giving so much support to him. The only thing that I can ask it right now, because I don't try to play the algorithm game. Chip does because, you know, he wants to make a career. So he kind of has to. That's how you succeed on YouTube. He plays the algorithm game and puts stuff in his titles so it gets sent through the algorithm and then he gets views. It works very well for him, and it's good because it's opening up so many people to new RPs and our style of doing it. I don't do that, which is why I don't get a lot of views. But for some reason I have almost 90 subscribers. It's very odd. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna... If any of my subscribers do watch this, go subscribe to Chip. Again, I got a video of his link down below, so you can click on it and subscribe. And he explains this way shorter than I do, so... Yeah, he deserves it. Me and him are still going to be doing a series on his channel, which is Ghost of Monkey. I would not allow that series to be just dropped, because it's so funny. Me and him have a lot of fun making it. But we're not doing Resident Evil 6 on his channel anymore. But that's fine. I didn't get a lot of views anyway. And we have more fun just playing it without worrying about, oh, we should probably do this edit. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. As for my channel, I did not want this to be the comeback video. Originally I had more Red Dead stuff slated, but now I got fuck all for my channel. Because we're not doing Red Dead for a while. And don't get me wrong, that was entirely a part of my choice. But yeah, I'm not doing anything for my channel. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I wanna keep editing. I wanna keep uploading things. I wanna do more. And we thought about what we're gonna do next. And I think it'll be good. We thought of many things. We thought of doing... Shut up, phone. We thought of doing his GTA series, because I have a GTA series that I did plan. We thought of doing, or continuing, TLO TV, the For Honor RP, so we could finish it. And we even thought of, or at least I mostly thought of, getting started on Assassin's Creed Revolution, the series that we thought was just going to be cancelled for a long-ass time. But we haven't truly decided yet. we're just kind of in the phase of we want to just kind of chill for a bit while we think of what we're going to do next. Anyways, if you've supported me or Chip throughout our years of role-playing, because I know at one point I have gotten like an old subscriber coming back every now and then. They're like, hey, I'm from the old days. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Go subscribe to Chip. Thanks for the support for both of us. You know, voice your opinion in the comments of either his video or mine if you want to. Sorry that it came out of nowhere like this. Tombstone was actually getting me a decent amount of views. I actually shouldn't be putting down my viewer base like that, so I apologize. But yeah, 16-minute video. 16 minutes, way too fucking long. I could have explained this in 3. But then you wouldn't be able to understand me now, would you? Because I run my mouth. Anyways, I hope you all understand. We'll try and get back to things as soon as we can. We'll see where we are whenever we decide to do an RP. We'll see from a month from now, at the very least, of how we feel about doing other stuff. Ghost, if you for some reason watched both our videos or mine first, you're a maniac. And if you've made it to this point, shit really gotta change. Like, we gotta get on an equal basis here. We gotta figure shit out. Because you know that, you know, out of everyone in the group, I gave you the most excuses for your actions a lot of the time. And I really shouldn't have done that. But yeah, we need to go on equal basis, dude. I'm an adult, you're almost an adult. We gotta talk this out like adults. So yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed, or at least are now informed. Check out Chip's channel, subscribe, because most of the stuff that we do from here on out is going to be on that channel. So for now, my channel is pretty much dead in the water. Until I say otherwise. Thanks for the support once again, and have a good one, folks. Bye.